Joseph was 17 when his brothers sold him. He was 30 when he stood before Pharaoh. 13 years separate those two moments. 13 years of slavery, false accusation, imprisonment, and forgotten promises. And yet the man who emerged from them was not embittered or broken. He was, somehow, more himself than he had ever been. He started as his father's favorite, a fact that Jacob made humiliatingly obvious with the gift of an ornate coat. His brothers saw it every day, and every day it deepened the resentment until, finally, they were far from home. They stripped it from him and threw him into a dry cistern. They sat down to eat. They could hear him calling from the pit. They sold him to a passing caravan of Midianite traders for 20 pieces of silver. They slaughtered a goat, soaked the coat in its blood, and brought it back to Jacob. The old man wept with a grief that could not be comforted. In Egypt, Joseph was sold to a man named Potiphar, an official in Pharaoh's court. He rose to run the entire household. Then Potiphar's wife lied about him. He had rejected her advances, and she retaliated with an accusation. Joseph was thrown into prison. There, he interpreted the dreams of two fellow prisoners, Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker. He was exactly right about both. He asked the cupbearer to remember him. The cupbearer forgot him completely for 4 years. Then Pharaoh had a dream to dreams, in fact, that none of his magicians could interpret. The cupbearer finally remembered the young Hebrew prisoner. Joseph was brought out, cleaned up, and presented before the ruler. He interpreted the dreams. 7 years of abundance followed by 7 years of severe famine. He offered a practical solution. Pharaoh said, "Can we find anyone else in whom is the Spirit of God?" Joseph was 30 when Pharaoh gave him authority over all Egypt. He was given a signet ring, fine linen, and a gold chain. When the famine came, people came from across the known world to buy grain from Egypt. His brothers came too. They bowed before the Egyptian official. They did not recognize him. He recognized them immediately. Joseph tested his brothers, weeping in private, holding himself together in public, trying to see if they had changed. When he finally revealed himself, his words to his terrified brothers were not vengeance. They were theology. "Do not be distressed or angry with yourselves because you sold me here. For God sent me before you to preserve life." He did not minimize what they had done. He simply placed it inside a frame large enough to make sense of it. What they had intended as destruction, God had been redirecting towards salvation the entire time. Joseph had understood his story.